So in this episode of Mrs. M's Math to the Masses in a minute or two, we'll look at how to solve for midpoint when given two endpoints. The formula is here, and here are the coordinates of 2 points written in red. This segment would look something like that when graphed. So to use the formula, you're going to add the x's together and divide by 2 to get your x coordinate of your midpoint, and do the same with y. So you have to randomly assign one of these points as your first point and call its coordinates x1 and y1. Means the other one has to be your x2 and y2. And if we go to substitute in, for our x value we will do 4 plus 0 divided by 2. And for our y value we'll do 7 plus 4 divided by 2. Okay, 4 plus 0 is 4 divided by 2 would give you 2. 11 divided by 2 would give you 5.5. If you had that in fraction form, you could have put 2 comma 11 halves. It's the same as the decimal 5.5. Either would be acceptable. Let's try another point down here. We're still using the formula, so we're going to do -6 plus 8 to add the x values and divide by 2. And we'll do 10 plus -4, or 10 minus 4, divided by 2. This will give us 2 over 2, which will give us 1. This will give us 6 over 2, which will give us 3. There are two midpoints. There's a way you can do this if you want to line it up and have a visual way of learning, where I could write my first point above, my second point below, leaving a space purposely in the middle where my midpoint can go in. And I would say, how do I get all the way from 7 to 4? I subtract 3, so I would divide that in 2 and only subtract half as much, which would be minus 1.5. So that would give me my answer of 5.5, or 11 halves if you like fractions. You do the exact same thing on the left side of the equation. How do I get from 4 to 0? Subtract 4. So subtract half as much to get to the middle, and your answer would be 2. Right now you can see the answer we got here using the formula matches the answer we got here. In a minute I'll bring a coordinate grid up. Let's go ahead and work this one the same way. Since we're in blue, we'll put our -6, 10 on top, our 8, -4 below, leaving a gap in the middle where we're going to solve for our midpoint. How do we get from 10 all the way to -4? That'd be -14 units. So I only want to go halfway. I'll subtract 7. 10 minus 7 is 3. How do I get from -6 to +8? I would add 14. I'm only going to go halfway, so I'm only going to add 7. -6 plus 7 is 1. And again, you'll see the answer we found for midpoint this way matches this way. The last way you can do it's the easiest. You're on a coordinate plane, and if your x is a certain distance from your y, your first point is a certain x value from your x value of your second point, count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you only have to go halfway. How about their heights? Their heights are 1, 2, 3, so you would only go halfway, and that would put your midpoint right here when you go halfway. And the coordinates would be 2, 5.5. Let's try it with our blue line, which is bigger. This is the midpoint on the coordinate plane. Probably the easiest way. Okay, let's try our x value here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we just have to come back 7 from one endpoint or the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to be here. I'm trying to find a different color. I guess I'll get my green. So how far apart are the two y values of the points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We said half of that is 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. And where the green and the pink met are the coordinates of the midpoint of our blue line, and that looks like it's 1, 3 for the midpoint, which is exactly what we got right here. There's 3 ways to find midpoint.